Hello everyone, and welcome to weeks 5 and 6 of our course together. Now I made some major changes until the syllabus because I'm trying to get a sense of where we are as a group and what everybody's going through this semester. And usually week 5 we jump right into our first big team debate. And I know you just got off the heels of finishing 2 source presentations for week 3 and 4, and that was a lot. And I felt that we need a little bit of a breather. And I didn't do this last semester. I want to do it this semester. I think it'll make for a better debate anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of extend the time period for this debate. And we're going to kind of use week 5 to introduce the final project, give you a sense to look that over, think about a possible topic, which is a pretty easy assignment. But it also gives you the week to organize with your new team. And then the debate will begin the following week, week 6. So I'm dealing with 2 sections, section H and then section ONLB. We're doing the similar thing, but one course has 30 students, one has 19, so the debate teams are a little bit different, so I'm going to kind of do both at the same time here. Also, I did reply to everybody's week 3 source presentation from section H. Did not went through all 30 of them. I didn't get a chance then to go through the 19 from section B. I'm going to do those this week. So what I'm going to do is for our week source presentation, I'm going to flip-flop it. I'm going to look at week ONLB section first, the 19 students, then I'll go into section H for the other 30, just so it's fair. Okay, so here we are. So the first thing I want us to do is think about our final project. You can choose any topic you want in the period 1945 to about 2000. It could be a domestic issue, like something that happened in the home front. It could be something that happened with American foreign issues, a war, a foreign policy issue, whatever the case may be. Or it could even be a family story. Maybe you know someone in your family who was involved in some sort of historical event, had a connection to some sort of historical event, and you could do their story. You're going to research this topic. You're going to actually write and research a script, which will be almost like a research paper, but it'll be like fully cited. But it's going to be the script because overall you're going to produce a short historical video documentary about 7 to 10 minutes long about your topic. So this is the final project assignment. I'm going to click on it here. It's the same for both sections. I would like you to watch this video. This is a separate video that goes over the project in details. On this link, please watch it. But I want you to disregard the due dates on the video and focus on the due dates that are listed on this sheet. Those are correct. So this goes into what a digital story is, what the requirements are for the project in terms of sources, tips on how to write a good script, and then some tips on how to use technology to make your video. But I go over this in more detail in that video. So this is all here for you. You can use WeVideo to make your video, which I love to use. I'm actually a WeVideo ambassador for the company. I don't get any money for being that, but I just sort of help people learn how to use this tool. So you can use my Canisius account for that. But this is the project timeline. We're going to have our topic selection by the 27th of September. And then we're going to start doing some sources. And your script will be due by November 20th. And then your video will be due by this December 3rd. So I just want to give you a little bit head start on that. So what you're going to do this week is think about a topic, and you're going to post just some ideas to the new topic discussion on Canvas. And it's right here. Let me go to our modules. I'm using section H, but it's the same for ONLB. And you're going to have this drop right here for the final project topic. Just submit some ideas, a couple sentences or some things you might want to explore. And I'll give you some insights of what you want to do, and I can give you some feedback on that. That's the only thing due really in week 5. I want you to think about the project, and by the 27th, post that. Now, after that point, though, we're going to kind of shift into our first team debate. Everything's going to be facilitated through Flipgrid. We're going to make video posts all on Flipgrid like we did for our Get to Know. There's going to be no text posts at all on Canvas. So that's going to be an important part here, okay? So we're going to do all those aspects. You're going to divide your class, and we're going to divide up into 5 groups. 2 are going to be debating. 3 are going to be judging. Now here's your roster. Now I went through, here's the roster for H, and I'll show you the roster for B. This is now finalized roster for H. I want you to use this time to reach out to each other and get organized. This is the roster for B. It can no longer be edited. A few folks in each section didn't join a team, so I put you on a team. And there you are. So you're going to reach out to each other and you're going to kind of get organized. So our first week in Section H and in ONLB, Teams Red and Team Green will be the debaters. Team Red is going to take the affirmative that the United States and the Soviet Union need to set aside their differences and maintain the alliances to kind of lessen Cold War tensions. Team Green on both sections are going to say that no, the Soviets are aggressive, they're a threat, and we have to stop their expansion. In Section H, Team Blue, Team Orange, and Team Purple will be judges, but in sections O and LB, let me get out of there. In O and LB, only teams Blue and Orange will be judges. Okay, so each team's going to fill out one of the Google Docs. This is a big change. One person in a team opens this Google Doc, the note sheet that you've done for every individual debate, but I want you to share with each other. Work on this Google Doc as a team. Fill it out. Divide up the sources. The whole entire Google Doc must be filled out for all your sources, okay, not just the ones that pertain to your side of the debate. So everybody should take notes on all the sources. That means if you're a judge or a debater, everybody fills out this Google Doc and really fills up with great bullet points and good quotes and bullet points in the background article and good quotes, and you're going to use these sources. No matter you're a judge or a debater, I want this whole sheet filled in, but you could do it as a team. That's important. So here's our schedule. Again, everything's on Flipgrid. Opening statements. We're going to have an opening statement from both debating teams. It should be around 2 to 3 minutes on Flipgrid. Please make sure you clearly post your position and what team you're on, whether you're affirmative or negative, or whether you're Team Red or Team Green. And you're going to post that. When you submit your video on Flipgrid, remember you can display your name. Just change that to your team and what side you're on. I would also like you to write out your statements on a Google Doc, share that Google Doc out, and put the link to that Google Doc in your post on Flipgrid. And you do that all at the end when you post your video. Only one member of the team has to do that per group. And that's due on the Monday, the 28th. This is the link for the Flipgrid. If you're using your phone, there's the link for the app. On the 29th now, the affirmative team, which in this case is Team Red, right? Team Red, you will have your major evidence presentation where you're going to detail your arguments in several paragraphs. If this was a written out statement, it should take about, I'm going to change this because Flipgrid changed, roughly around 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, Flipgrid used to only allow 5 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes in length total. But you can, one person in a team can post this, or multiple members can do different smaller posts. And you're going to, again, clearly state who you are, what color you are. If you're Team Red, you're affirmative, you're going to state that. And you're going to know which side we're on. Again, you're going to include a link to your script. Again, one person can do this or multiple people in the team, but make sure you organize what part of your evidence you're going to present. And that's going to be, again, due on the 29th. Okay, there's the Flipgrid and there's the code. Now, on the 30th, each judge individually, so from Teams Blue and Teams Orange and Team Purple for Section H, or just Teams Blue and Team Orange for Section ONLB, you're going to ask questions to the other team, to the affirmative, to Team Red. I want you to use at least 2 or 3 sources, and you're going to, this should be about 2 or 3 minutes in length, your post. Ask them questions, have detailed comments to what they said, counter their position, just like you did in our individual debate. And that's also through a Flipgrid. Same idea. State who you are, what team you're on, what color you're on, and then include a link to your Google Docs script posted in the Flipgrid. Okay, and there's the link to that. That's due by Wednesday the 30th. Then finally on the October 1st, the negative team, which would in this case be Team Green, it's your chance to present your evidence. Multiple sources are fine. I'm saying again, 7 to 8 minutes in length. Have multiple posts if you need to. Same thing the affirmative team did, now you're doing. You're going to present your evidence in great detail. Okay, this is for Team Green. And you're going to have multiple, you could do one person can post this or multiple members of the team using different sources, state who you are, what side you're on, and the links. And then judges again on the 2nd, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to reply to the negative team. Each judge from each team is going to do the same thing again. Use multiple sources, counter their arguments. and there's the flip grids. And finally, on the 30th, we're going to have closing statements. One member from each of the debating teams, Team Red and Team Green. You're going to kind of go give a closing statement. Summarize your arguments again. Same idea, stay who you are, and give us a link to your script. There's a flip grid. And then finally, the judges, your big way to kind of decide which team won. So by Sunday the 4th, you're going to put in who won. You want at least 4 to 5 sources. It could be one post or multiple posts, okay, in length. And again, I'm striving for 7 to 8 minutes in length, all right? And that's due by the 4th. Also by the 4th, I want one member from each team to submit their note sheet, just like you did before. One note sheet per team, and that also goes to the drop right here on Canvas. So you're all in really good shape. This is what it looks like at the end there, okay? There is the drop for the Canvas note sheet. So this is all on Canvas, is all right there. There's your rubrics. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.